Welcome to the Wabi Sabi Podcast, episode number 100. I love the Wabi Sabi Podcast because I started it on my own, with my own two hands, with my own heart and mind, when a lot of people would say no. I decided to create the podcast in 2018 in my apartment in Brooklyn when I was struggling. I didn't have a lot of book sales. I wasn't thriving the way that I always envisioned myself to. I was not getting booked on the shows that I wanted to share my love of culture and heritage through Japan with, so I decided to start the podcast. I figured I could find a new medium to share stories of love, light, grace, hardship, and all things perfectly imperfect. You listened, you supported, thank you, because I can keep going because of you. For each of you who has bought Kintsugi Wellness, Clean Green Eats, Clean Green Drinks, all of the books, thank you. And mostly your 5-star reviews on Spotify and Apple have meant the world to me. Now we can add them on Audible as well, and you can comment away on YouTube as we post the videos for the Wabi Sabi Pod. Thank you for listening to episode 100. Please share this podcast with 2 best friends and write your juicy review. It has been a ride. It has been many years of free work and dedication to this craft. I have wanted to give up several times, and I'm glad I didn't. So thanks, guys, for being my best friends. I'm going to up the ante, and we're going to start a new Wabi Sabi Daily Affirmation Pod, so stay tuned for it. I'm so proud to have my mentor and friend, Arianna Huffington, on today's podcast. When I first started this pod, Arianna had about 10 of us come into her office in collaboration with Pinterest and Quaker, and she named us the top 10 new role models. And thinking about Arianna Huffington, she's such a go-getter. She's a pioneer in journalism, in publishing, in media. She has broken so many boundaries. As a Greek-American woman, she is somebody I deeply admire. She exudes grace and class. She has a heart that is as big as her brain. That means that she loves as deeply as she thinks and feels, and she is emotionally intelligent as well as graceful and classy. And I truly appreciate every moment of her time. She is now the founder and CEO of Thrive Global. She is the founder of the Huffington Post, and she's the author of 15 books, including Thrive and The Sleep Revolution. In 2016, she launched Thrive, a leading behavior change technology company with the mission of changing the way that we work by living to end the collective delusion that burnout is the price that we must pay for success. She has been named Time Magazine's World's 100 Most Influential People. She has been on the Forbes Most Powerful Women's list. Originally from Greece, she moved to England when she was 16 and graduated from Cambridge University with an MA in economics. At 21, she became president of the famed debating society, the Cambridge Union, and she served on numerous boards. Her last 2 books, Thrive, the Third Metric to Redefining Success, and Creating a Life of Well-Being, Wisdom, and Wonder, and The Sleep Revolution, Transforming Your Life One Night at a Time, both became instant international bestsellers. And most recently, she wrote the foreword to Thrive's first book, Your Time to Thrive, Ending Burnout, Increasing Well-Being, and Unlocking Your Full Potential to the New Science of Microsteps. Thrive's Microsteps, small science-backed steps to improve health and productivity, have been adopted by employees in more than 125 organizations in over 140 countries. For more information, you can hop to thriveglobal.com to check out what Arianna and I have been up to. I'm so excited for you to check out our conversation. It's probably the first time I've never cursed on a pod, so this is a big step in the right direction. Happy episode 100, friends. Thank you for your incredible support and love and kindness. May we continue to spread the butterfly effect of love and light in this world, because boy, do we need it. Be kind to one another and support more women. Welcome to the Wabi Sabi podcast, friends. I am so honored and thrilled. She is so powerful, sweet, loving, caring, and also looks like $1,000,000. I don't know how she does it all. Please welcome Arianna Huffington to the show today. Hi, Arianna.
Hi, I'm so happy to be with you.
Oh, thank you. We're so happy to see you. Congratulations on the new baby in the family.
Yes, becoming a grandma.
Well, you certainly do not look like one. We are so excited to have you today. Ariana and I have a great relationship. She is a woman that we look up to. And every time I read or watch one of your interviews or read one of your books, Ariana, I always think how ahead of the curve you always are. In 2018, she was so honorable and she gave awards to so many of us for being new role models. And I still have the alarm clock that you gave me. Oh, it's 1:43, which means I love you. Um, I still have a alarm clock. So one's in New York and one's in LA that Ariana gave to me when she came out with her multitude of books. She has 15 books under her belt. My favorite one of all is Thrive, which I recommend that every woman go out and get, or guy. But Ariana, we want to know about your upbringing in Greece and a little bit about your mother and maybe if there are parts of your Greek heritage that influenced your incredible empire that you've created now.
Well, I'm just such a big admirer of yours, as you know. And we met when the Huffington Post honored you for everything you are doing. And yes, definitely, I feel, even though I'm a naturalized American and I feel America is my home, that I carry with me a lot of my Greek heritage, especially in terms of what we see as the joy in life. You know, Greeks um, have this gift of kind of being in the moment. My mother used to say, don't miss the moment. Finding enthusiasm in life. And even in the middle of challenges, and God knows Greece has been through enormous challenges, I was particularly lucky to have a mother who taught me at an early age, as she used to say, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to success. And helping me be willing to take risks, fail along the way. And that's the greatest gift she gave me, that and unconditional loving.
Beautiful. Now, after reading many of your books through the years, I think most of us have what you call burnout, and you have taught me so much, Ariana, over the years on sleep, the deprivation that we've given to ourselves as journalists. I read on the incredible work that you did in starting the Huffington Post and now Thrive. So, what is your greatest advice that you would give a young girl starting out on how she can start? Because I think that's the point where most people get confused is like, where do I go from the beginning stages and how do I prevent burnout as well?
Well, the first thing is to change our mindset and to recognize that recovery, recharging are part of peak performance. We used to think, I mean, all of us, I mean, I'm a lot older than you, but all of us have been brought up to think that to be really successful, you need to power through exhaustion, to basically, as the song says, sleep when we're dead, and brag about that. And now we have so much science that makes it clear that that's not really how to perform at our best, come back with our best solutions, And especially during a time as disruptive and turbulent and uncertain as the one we are going through, it's very hard to make good decisions, to be creative, to be empathetic, to be inclusive when we are running on empty.
Yes, very much agreed. And when you started to realize, when you had your wake up call, Ariana, how did you realize that the value was in self care and not going like a million miles a minute?
Well, my wake up call that I write about in Thrive was really tough. You know, I collapsed, hit my head on my desk, broke my cheekbone, and that was really the beginning of my recognizing that burnout was self inflicted and it was also a global epidemic. I mean, we finally have recognized that after the pandemic, but the whole time I was covering these issues at the Huffington Post, there were still major problems that had led to a lot of pain and grief. And finally, in 2016, I decided that I wanted to be able to help people change behaviors and not just raise awareness. And that's when I left HuffPost to build Thrive.
I mean, this is a great segue, I think, because you have this innate ability to know the future almost, Ariana. Like, I do believe that you are a true futurist. You're always 10 steps ahead of everybody else. So, when you made the decision to leave the Huffington Post and start Thrive, was it because of the burnout that you experienced? And also, maybe it was time to help everybody else that was, we were all behind you. Also, we could not keep up with the workload and we could not perform. And so I think when we saw you make these changes and when you sent us gifts of your books on sleep and the alarm clock, everything that you said was very simple too. It was like, don't sleep next to your phone, stop looking at your phone all day, put it away, and start giving yourself more time to rest, relax, and enjoy self care. So, was Thrive because of your wake up call that you had, like your health scare?
Well, not directly, because my own wake up call was in 2007. And I spent many years since then bringing these issues to the forefront of the Huffington Post and raising awareness. But what I realized by 2016 is that people didn't just want to raise awareness, that they really needed help changing behavior. And what I was excited was all the science that showed us that we change behavior, we adopt healthier habits through tiny steps that at Thrive we call micro steps. And that actually a way to change people on a large scale was to do it through their workplaces. So Thrive is not a consumer product. We bring it to the world through the companies they work in. And that has been amazing because whether we are working with big multinational companies like Walmart, Accenture, Salesforce, or smaller companies like Levi's, the truth is that the community that people have at work becomes a way to bring accountability on the journey. So if your micro step is not to sleep with your phone at night, and there is someone at work who can be your accountability buddy, and you can be their accountability buddy, whatever their micro step is, there are hundreds of them, it makes it easier to actually bring changes in our lives.
Yes, it seems like you have brought simple steps to the forefront of wellness that everybody can do on an everyday work basis. And you and I are both still in New York and LA, so we haven't really stopped. But I want to say, um, from the simple steps that you've learned, Ariana, is there anything that you've changed? Because you do look fabulous and Being Japanese, I'm not going to say that to just anyone. So, we want to know what your secrets have been to looking your very best, even though you are the CEO you have been of multiple companies now. So, is there anything in particular that you're
Well,
doing?
my foundational healthy habit is sleep. So
Yes.
at Thrive on our platform, we have six journeys. Sleep is the foundation. Food, we have to talk about food. You're the expert. And I'm delighted that we have some of your amazing recipes on our
You're
platform.
welcome. Thank you for
Uh,
asking me. It was such a blessing.
movement, focus, so that we're not addicted to our phones and social media, and binge watching things at the expense of our own time to recharge. Um, money, financial stress is a huge source of stress, that makes it harder for people to sleep, to recharge, to wind down, and connection.
Yes.
So, for me, as I said, it starts with sleep. Then I prioritize eating healthily, and I've learned a lot from you. And again, it
Thank you.
starts with micro steps,
Love
and
that.
swaps, and basically, a very simple rule is: can you reduce sugar and